Been a busy couple weeks for Destiny for us Houston folks at least.
Yep.
Had PAX South last week, Dallas Regional yesterday, and I didn't go to the regional, but
Well, why would you need to go to the regional, Justin? So, if you guys don't know, our man Justin, right here, day 2 PAX South, 6-0, bringing it home for the Houston guys. Made everybody super proud here. With Seventh Sister, you know,
Seventh Sister OTK,
the joke deck that was coming around, that's been on, you know, most of the threads forever about one turn kill, you know. It's,
as soon as she was spoiled, you know, people were like I looked back on Reddit. There was a post 3 or 4 months ago that was talking about how broken it would be if you just reset Seventh Sister with Price of Failure and Leadership. And I mean, it's been making small rumblings, but you know, I got lucky that day and was able to get there and take it all the way.
I don't know if luck had anything to do with it. Justin plays pretty tight, guys, and that that last round, the sixth round, you had a pretty good little crowd watching you playing against Riggs, which props to Riggs, man. That Riggs was running a
Kanan
Maz Hera vehicles deck that was pretty sick, and Justin reset Seventh Sister twice, I think.
Yeah, I got off.
Of
I think I got off. I think I played Feint, and then I Leadershiped and Price of Failure all in the same turn. I dealt like 25 damage.
Yeah,
in a single turn.
with the Force Illusion on board on Riggs' side, Justin did enough damage to finish all 3 characters.
Well, no, I killed Maz in one hit.
Oh yeah,
killed
that's
Kanan,
right.
and then I put 6 onto Hera.
Yeah,
and was able to.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
And that was with Force Illusion, so it
yeah, Riggs was not very happy when that happened.
You can't blame him. I mean, he played tight all day.
He did. He played really well, and he was honestly in a pretty decent spot because I don't think I dealt hardly any damage the first like couple turns of the game, and he was able to get a Y-wing out, but I was just able to spread all that damage onto my Enforcer and Sienna before I Price of Failure them.
Yeah, and props to Riggs. I played Riggs round 1 in that day, and I was playing R2P2, and I thought I was in a good position. I felt confident, moving forward into round 2, and after round 2, Hera was either dead or almost dead. And which I probably should have gone after Kanan first, looking back at it.
As he was the elite character.
Yeah.
So.
But after I claimed round 2, he proceeded. I think he dropped 4 vehicles.
Yeah.
In one sweep.
And that was that was one part of the game that I was prepared for going in, because you had played Riggs and Lawton, the other guy he went 5-1 with OTK on day 1. And then he lost to the R2P2 that beat me round 4, I think, on day 1.
Right.
And then day 2, he lost to Riggs as well. And going into that match, I had a few pointers from both him and Rob telling me to just make sure I keep his resources to a minimum. And I rolled quite a bit of disrupt turn 1 and 2, and he wasn't able to get to ramp nearly as fast as he was in those other matches, I think. Real quick, let's just I'll go over like my preparation process. So it was December 15th, I think, that I walked into a TTS room where Rebel Trooper was playing his original deck, and it just looked like a lot of fun. So I went out and built it, and took it to several. I didn't take it to really any local events, but I always had it with me, and so
he was hiding it from us guys.
So after a tournament where I maybe played Qui-Gon Kanan or R2P2, I'd break it out and play some casual games, just for fun. And I was killing 12 health characters turn 1. It was and having a lot of fun with it. And then I posted it to one of the. I made there's like a small group of us that I made a Facebook chat for, and I posted the list, and half the guys were telling me that I was crazy, that it wasn't a good deck, it wasn't consistent enough, and
except for Justin's playtester, I immediately started looking for Secret Droid dies, and my initial impression of it was it looked like a ton of fun to play.
Yeah.
And that impression is right. It is super fun to play. It's very challenging to play. Knowing when to do what, trying to keep Seventh Sister alive, is a challenge. And by the way, guys, if y'all don't know, Rise Again heals your character, heals 5 damage from your character. Doesn't bring them back like Endless Rank. So we're just gonna leave that right there. And but no, so big shout out, man! Congratulations to Justin. Headed to Worlds. Hopefully there will be some of us joining you there. If anything, for support, playing in side events and stuff. But
so after I posted the list of that group and everybody told me I was crazy, a couple weeks went by, and then Lawton finally got turned onto the list because one of the Hyperloops guys, Honestly Sarcastic, picked it up, and so at that point when he picked it up, he started telling me that we needed to run it at this Galactic Qualifier, and we started testing mostly against R2-P2, Qui-Gon Kanan, Rainbow Fives, and I mean, it was performing really well, so I was a bit skeptical before the event because I had played Qui-Gon Kanan against him the day before, I think, and I just destroyed him with Qui-Gon Kanan, and so I was pretty close to taking Qui-Gon Kanan, and he told me to have faith in the deck, and so it turns out round 1 of day 1, I get paired up against a Houston player, Tradus Mukes, who I think he won. How many did he win? He only won 1 store championship, but he top 4'd more store championships. Yeah, like 4 or 5 store championships. And so I was pretty unhappy about that. And he was running R2-P2. And immediately, so I pull out my cards, and he sees what I'm playing, and he's like, "That cannot be a good deck, Justin. Why would you bring that to a Galactic Qualifier?" And Lawton was standing nearby, and he was like, he was saying that I needed to crush him and show him the truth of the deck, and that's exactly what I proceeded
show
to
him
do.
The true power of the dark
I
side.
think that game was probably the best game I had all weekend. I started out with a Secret Droid, rolled out Guavian, rolled out Sienna, got 2 more resources, cast an Ancient. So turn 1, I had 2 2-cost upgrades to his. I think he got a opposed blaster down, so that was kind of scary, but he had to cannibalize it early to play an Ancient and heal Poe, and then I think it was about turn 4 that I went off and dealt 7 damage to kill Poe, and then I one-shot Rey, who had 2 shields on her, so dealt another 13 damage. It was pretty obscene. And then, so all the rest of my games are pretty good. I played against the Kylo Grievous round 3, day 1. Alexander from Austin, I think, and he dealt so much damage. I had to rise again twice. I hit the first one off of Friends in High Places, and then I hardcast the second one. I Ancient healed twice, and had to pull back the Ancient to heal again. So I think I healed Seven Sisters 16 damage, not including an ungodly number of shields that I had to resolve from Secret Droids. So props to him. That was like probably the scariest game I played all weekend, was against him, and he was not very happy.
I imagine not. I mean, 17 damage healing.
He was rolling. He was rolling good. Like I couldn't stop it. I mean, Kylo has 50% chance to hit damage. Grievous has 50% chance to hit damage. I was able to doubt Electro Staff off the board several times. So that was really helpful. And I thought that I would be able to, choke out his resources enough so he couldn't, hit his pay sides, but he kept rolling natural 2s for free on Kylo over and over. And Kylo lasted a long time, too. I dealt 8 damage to Kylo turn 1, and then he didn't die for like the next 4 turns. I just couldn't. He kept mitigating my dice, and I wasn't rolling damage. I was having to resolve resources so that I could rise again. And then I played a Seven Sister Darth Vader and an R2-P2. And a Qui-Gon Kanan. Those were my other 2 easy matches on day 1, and then I lost my last 2 to the R2-P2 player that won, Benjamin. Can't remember his last name.
I don't know his last name.
But he ended up winning. He beat my buddy Lawton in the final game as well. And then my last game was against the 7th Django, and turn 1 he activates Django, rolls 4 damage, puts it in 7th Sister. I even took shields in that matchup, I think, just because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to Guardian as effectively. And looking back, that might have been a mistake, but I don't know, because turn 2 the same thing happened. He just activates Django, puts another 4 damage into me, and I conceded pretty much right there. So then day two was like really smooth. Everything just kind of like went my way. I played against the Palpatine, which I think that's a terrible matchup for him. Just with how much I have 18 extra health, to spread to Guavian and Sienna before I kill him, and 15 health just isn't enough to deal with if I go off one turn. Chirrut Kanan was my next matchup. So, like I said in the SW Destiny DB article that I wrote, I didn't play against meta decks like every single game. So, if you think this deck is definitively the R2-P2 killer, I think there's still some more events that it needs to go through to declare that. But so Chirrut Kanan. That match was really easy. I friends in high places into a Rise Again turn 1 after he'd already pumped like 4 damage into 7th Sister, and then it was just downhill from there for him from there. Next round was a Rey Riken that was really annoying, milling my cards and getting a ton of shields. I asked the player why he decided to go with Riken over Poe, and he just said that he thought that Riken's die was a little better. I'm not sure if I agree with that. But Riken's 2 shield sight is incredibly good, and the mill is pretty disruptive.
Yeah, but I think it slows you down. He's got 2 shield size, but it's taken away from your damage output. So, I don't know. I think I'm on the Poe bandwagon when it comes to Rey.
And then round 4 was against Kylo FN. This is Derek Blaha from Austin.
Mr. Kylo FN. And
yeah, it's like his favorite deck.
Which I love. I was on the Kylo FN bandwagon. I was running that deck really hard, especially pre-errata of FN. And I was really, really close to taking Kylo FN post-errata to regionals and stuff like that. Just after play testing with it, I just didn't think it quite got there. But I believe he top 8'd with it, right?
Yeah, he top 8'd at the regional in Austin about a month, almost 2 months ago now.
Yeah, it's been
and he was my only loss in Swiss. He absolutely destroyed me. I was playing Qui-Gon Kanan, so Kylo hit every time. I didn't have a single gray card in my deck at the time. And he obliterated me, so it's kind of like sweet justice to put one to him. I believe I leadershiped and Price of Failured turn 3. Turn 1 didn't go well at all for me. He rolled lots of damage. He removed all of my damage, and I was kind of scrambling from there, but I was able to. He kept having to spend his resources to mitigate stuff. So he wasn't playing upgrades on 9s. I don't think he played a single upgrade on him because he was rolling pay sides on Kylo, and I was disrupting him. And I think he also said that he just didn't draw didn't have good draw for upgrades. But turn 3 leadership and Price of Failure was ridiculous. I had only done 2 damage to Kylo up until the 3rd turn, so I dealt 21 damage in a single turn basically, and then I played against the R2-P2 in round 5, and this was a guy that he told me that he just picked R2-P2 because he wanted to win tickets, and it was the first time he'd actually ever played the deck. So, that day was the first day that he'd ever played it. So take that again as you will. It was slightly annoying, having to punch through the shields, and he did a lot better job of ramping than my R2P2 opponent that I beat the day before. He got like a raised saber, a posed blaster, and a Shoto down. But one turn he claimed early, leaving he had an honor guard and he claimed early, and I was able to price of failure to finish off Poe and put like 7 damage on the Rey, I think. And from there it was pretty easy. And then the last match against Riggs, we talked about it a little bit already. He was running the Kanan Maz Hera, and I just disrupted his resources so he couldn't play vehicles, and one turn, feint, leadership, and price of failure.
Yeah, and Riggs still wasn't, even with all the disrupts, he still wasn't in a bad spot. You know?
No, not at all.
And this vehicle deck, we're not talking, cheesy vehicles. We're talking U-Wings, Black Ones, Y-Wings, big, heavy hitting vehicles. And it's kind of a scary deck to play against because it's almost in the sense of it's like, OTK, like one big turn and he's in such a dominant board state that,
right,
there's too many dice to deal with.
Yeah.
And, so
he has
quite a bit of health on the board.
And he has so many pseudo action cheats between his Kanan ability and the Maz ability that you really have to be selective with your removal.
Yeah. So anyway, big props to Justin.
Thank you.
Man, that's making us Houston guys proud.
Yeah. And shout out to our guys that went to Dallas yesterday. We had 2 guys make the top 8. Edgar,
my man,
who was
Edgar.
running,
so happy to see Edgar.
He was running R2P2, man, in Legacy's regional. So
yeah, and
props to him.
Edgar's a very methodical player, and he thinks stuff out very intricately before he makes a play, and super happy to see Edgar top 8.
It was really cool because I don't think he performed very well in any of his store championships.
No, he was always he just never, luck of the draw with matchups and stuff like that was never on his side. So
yeah. And Jeremy, Henderson
running. Guess what?
Yeah, running the 7th OTK deck. He went he was the only undefeated in Swiss, going 7-0. But he got paired up against 5-die villain, Bala, Talzin, Stormtrooper in the top 8, and that all those base damage sides was just probably too much. I don't know.
It's a lot of dice to deal with.
I'm pretty sure it went to 3 games, is from what I've heard.
I think so, yeah.
So I'm not sure how close it was, but or if there was any play errors or things he could have done differently. Maybe target priority.
But still props, And Jeremy is also another player. He's a very, very good player.
Yeah. So huge ups to Jeremy, huge ups to Edgar, and we also had another guy, Ryan, who he ended up making 10th, and based on his strength of schedule, wasn't able to punch through to top 8. So props to him.
I think he ran the new Obi-Wan Maz.
Yeah, Obi-Wan
right?
Maz. Yeah. So. Well, anyways, that's our recap of like the last week. I hope we didn't ramble on too much, and you actually got something from this.
A quick word, guys. If you've never been to one of these bigger cons like PAX or a bigger Comic-Con, anything like that,
Talbot says it was 2 games. Okay.
Yeah, you need to try and make it. PAX outside of the Destiny tournament was so much fun. Which Justin, only guy I know who can 6-0 on Saturday and get a Worlds invite for Destiny, demos a game on Friday, learns how to play a new game called Lightseekers, which is another collectible card game.
Yeah, one of the guys from Austin, Jordan Berger, and his girlfriend Rebecca Salem
borrows a deck, guys, and top 4 is a $2,000 cash tournament. All right. Learns how to play the game on Friday and kind of Saturday, and then Sunday top 4 is a $2,000 cash tournament with a game he's never played before. So
that's pretty awesome. It's a pretty fun game called Lightseekers. Go check it out if you want to.
It's a newer game. A lot of your stores might not have it, but look it up, man. It is a fun little game.
Most of y'all probably don't care about that.
Yeah.
But anyways, thanks for coming and listening to us ramble on about it. And we're going to get started with our Legacies tournament here in just a few minutes. See you in a sec. All right, guys. They're still having some technical difficulties. It's a pretty big turnout
Yes.
Typically we only have like 7 or 8 people, and today there's like 15. So we had one. They had pairings all ready to go, and then one person hadn't signed up yet. So they're still trying to figure out who hasn't signed up.
Justin's fame's going worldwide, guys. We're having just a blowout in our attendance now.
People and 15 viewers today is pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
So,
do we have any new viewers that we met at PAX or something? I know I talked to a couple of guys at PAX.
I got a message from DJ Big Russ yesterday. Russell, I met him at Worlds, and he was telling me congrats. So, really appreciate you watching the stream, Russell. Yeah, did we meet any of y'all at PAX?
I know there's a couple of guys I talked to. Let them know we did the stream and stuff. We love having viewers, and
I know there's one guy, I can't remember his name, that came up to us and said that he watches us.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. But I feel horrible.
There's a lot of people from out of state. There's like 3 or 4 from Virginia.
Yeah,
and
Riggs flew in from PA.
Yeah.
And there was. Of course, it's a big
video game convention.
Yeah, it's a big video game convention. I mean, it wasn't just Destiny, but there was a lot of people playing Destiny from out of state, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was actually expecting a lot bigger turnout, but because of how popular it was at PAX Unplugged, they had like over 100 people, I think, that first Galactic Qualifier, but I don't think we got above 50. Maybe day 2.
I think day 2.
Day 1, there was like 40
yeah,
in the mid-40s, and then day 3 was pretty bad. It was like mid-30s.
Yeah, everybody started going home, people flying out, stuff like that. So
and people just wanted to see the rest of the convention. So
yeah, which they are awesome, guys. If you've never been to one, definitely try and hit one up, at one point. And so a lot of new pairings with this new set, Justin.
Yep.
Let me get your take. Jar Jar Binks has been the butt of so many jokes.
Let's pull him up here.
Yeah. Actually, it was kind of funny. Me and Justin, I think on the second day, wanted to run a draft pod. And so we actually kind of sweet talked 4 other people into joining so we could launch this pod. And then we're both 2-0 staring at each other. And it felt kind of bad. It's hey, we all donate y'all's money so we can
right.
But
hey, I didn't get any legendaries though, so
yeah,
I was kind of upset.
I did get lucky. I pulled Ayla. The red dude.
Callus.
Yeah, Callus. And Maul Saber. So I had a pretty decent start for a draft.
And I had a phenomenal start. I got past.
Yeah.
Autocannon, Resistance Bomber. Ground Battalion, Camouflage Rifle. So I got 4 upgraded support cards that have multiple 3 and 4 sides on them.
Yes, and if y'all haven't got to do a draft yet, guys.
And I got Wedge.
Yeah, and Wedge. And Jar Jar.
And Jar Jar, who was an all-star.
Yeah, so if you haven't done the draft yet, guys, with me and Justin talking about it, there's a general consensus that the more dice you can get on the board, it just catapults you into the lead in a draft.
Right.
So of course, taking every dice you can get. Luckily, I was past I think one of the stun batons and one other one. I think a hidden blaster. I was past a hidden blaster as well. And but anyway, what I'm coming back to is Jar Jar. Jar Jar was an all-star in draft. Playing against Justin, I was dominating the game pretty well. And Jar Jar,
Jar Jar one-shot Callus. It was stupid.
Jar Jar on the last turn, he rolls major damage on his ground battalion and your autocannon.
Yeah.
And Jar Jar proceeds to roll his 1 indirect damage side, so Justin doesn't have to re-roll, and I'm re-rolling all my dice.
And I hit a +4 on autocannon.
Yeah, so this is my question, Justin. After seeing Jar Jar in that draft format, I think he is definitely a thought for to include as a 1-die, like support character. So I'm kind of looking at building a Jar Jar.
I think he's good enough. I think he's better at 2 dice. For 2 more points?
Yeah, but then I don't know. You're re-rolling other stuff.
I mean, I think if you're splashing yellow, you use Ezra. Because they're the same 1 die cost.
Right. Yeah, and Ezra has really good dice too, I guess. But I want to play Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking about maybe like a Jar Jar vehicles deck. Something slow that, getting the rerollability off of Jar Jar whenever I needed to.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I played the other night. There was a Trilogies tournament for a win-a-box, and I ran Elite Ayla, Elite Rose, and single die Jar Jar in that. And yeah, he was really good for me, being able to disrupt my opponent or.
And how was your resource production with that?
It was actually really good because you have stuff like Crackdown, because I mean you have a lot of indirect damage and they're gonna be spreading it out on their characters. You have Well Connected and Logistics. Logistics is in the 2-player game, so you can run that in Trilogies.
Yeah, and there's Truce in that.
No, Truce is Empire War.
Empire, yeah, okay. So you paired him with Ayla and Rose.
Yep.
That this is my point, guys. As annoying as Jar Jar is in the movies, that translates into Destiny. It's super annoying to roll really well, and then have your opponent go, "I'm going to activate my Jar Jar," and pretty much guarantee that you're going to reroll every single dice you have.
Yep, and then they reroll their bad dice into good stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, not if you're me. If you're me, you're just rolling damage away for your opponent. But don't knock Jar Jar, guys. I think he can definitely be annoying. So I'm kind of excited to put together. I know Bridget, my daughter, wants to play a Jar Jar deck just because she wants to be that kid.
Oh, really?
So, and then what else have you seen, Justin, out of legacy legal events that you've been to? Make splashes, make a big showing.
That was the only one, so
Really?
that was the only event. But hopefully that we've stalled long enough for our TO to figure everything out, and we'll literally be back in like
we'll try and
60
get it started
seconds.
as quick as we can,
Hopefully,
guys.
we're just gonna step outside and see who we can get on the feature table. All right, see you in a sec. All right, so we got our feature table set, and it's gonna be Eric versus Desmond. Eric is running
Jank.
Single die Phasma 3 battle droids, and Desmond is running as always a 3 dice blue hero deck, but instead of Mace this time he's bringing Obi-Wan with single die Yoda. So we'll see how that goes. 2 mono decks.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people were saying mono was dead because of Kylo Starfighter. Guess not. People still like running mono. I know Matt did pretty well yesterday with his mono yellow 5-die villain that he took to the regionals. So,
and we'll get their names up there. I'm just transitioning over to the screen for now because we didn't know who was going to be on there yet.
Sorry it took so long, guys, but we got it. We'll get it running here and we'll get going. So
Fitz Money, new viewer, not from PAX, new player from Empire. Good to have you. Always good to have new people. Last on Thunder, saw Rob's post on the DFW Destiny Facebook group. Yep, we're trying to cover all the
What up,
Texas
Thunder?
groups at least. So
you don't think who is that? I can't. Gator. He doesn't think Bridget can pair Palpatine with Jar Jar. We'll just see about that. It might could happen in draft. You don't know. Yeah, my daughter does like playing Palpatine, so and that's fine too. She plays because she likes the game, and she likes playing Palp. So I told her play Palp. She doesn't care if she wins or loses. She just wants to have fun. So.
So what do you think about this Phasma 3 droid deck?
I think it's gonna be annoying. I don't think.
You think he's gonna get a Separatist craft and do it a bunch of times?
I'm fairly certain he's gonna drop a Separatist craft.
I was telling him before they started.
As a matter of fact, he has a Separatist craft on the board already.
I was telling him before they started that he needs to put Grand Moff in there, So because he's running docking bay so that he can get it back, but he thought that was a bad idea. I don't know why.
Don't ever question Justin. What is wrong with you? Yeah,
Wait,
I don't know. I think it's definitely going to be annoying. So yeah, he already has the Separatist landing craft on the board. So
I just realized I didn't even have to change Desmond's name on here because he was the last one to play 2 weeks ago.
And not a super fast start from Desmond either. I think he got 2 damage or 1 damage on one of his Obi die, and then a resource off of Obi and Yoda. So I don't know. You know, with Eric's deck, that many, he has 3 Guardian characters.
Right.
That is gonna make a difference.
But they're 6 health Guardian characters.
Yeah, but still, you know, you keep that damage off Phasma, and then when you just drop another one, I don't know if he's running endless ranks. You spread a lot of damage out. That's 3 different characters. You're spreading out 18 damage instead of 2 characters with 9 health.
That's true.
You know, so
yeah,
and then with the Separatist and possibly endless ranks, if he's running that in his deck, hopefully he has Aftermath in there.
And you get the consistency because they're mono. You can always run spot red cards.
Right.
And it lets you run things like Lockdown now, and we have them now.
And I do think with Eric's deck, I think I'm hard mulliganing for an Aftermath. So he's got his 2 resources now with the Separatist landing craft.
There we go. Got the names and decks up.
If he hits that special on Separatist now, he can pay to drop another battle droid. So that's gonna and that Separatist landing craft. So he hits the special. That's gonna draw. Did he hit the special? Yeah. That's gonna draw. If you're on Desmond's side, that's gonna draw some mitigation out to try and keep him from dropping another battle droid. And that's the kind of the fun thing with this deck is you can go from 4 characters to 5 or 6 characters fairly easily.
Right. And you know? Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do it right here. Add another battle droid to his team.
Do it, Eric. Do it. Do it.
And if he had Grand Moff, he could switch the battlefield and then recur.
I don't think he's running New Orders. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Grand Moff is so much better.
And he's holding the second Separatist landing craft in his hand.
Oh my gosh! So he's got 4 Guardian characters now.
Did he pay his resources?
Yeah, he did. He doesn't have any upgrades though. So, I mean, he's spending. I don't know. Is it worth it? Is a battle droid die worth 2 resources? I mean, I know you're pretty much just paying for the health.
Yeah, you're paying for the health. Yeah, and with Phasma, now he's got 4 Guardian characters. Yep. What the heck? And I will tell you, I don't know if Desmond's running it or not, but Force Wave.
Oh yeah, Force Wave would just wreck.
I've played several games against Force Wave, and even in 2 character decks where they have to ping their own character, like 5 damage.
Right.
On a deck that special chains is kind of redonkulous.
Yeah, I know that there was a Yoda Poe list that ended up getting second at that Dallas regional yesterday, and Force Wave. I don't think he had it in there, but Force Wave is nasty to put on Yoda.
And especially if you can consistently turn the die, like on Yoda, Ayla.
I'm actually pretty terrified of that deck once Rivals is legal because they can add in the repeating blaster. And just chain special that.
Specials, yeah. And so what's the?
I'm not sure why Eric is keeping one of his droids ready.
For Guardian, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
If he rerolls the Obi die.
Because thanks for the follow, Nightwolf. Appreciate it, man.
Because what is battle droid? You can activate another battle droid,
right?
If you roll indirect damage or something.
If you roll an indirect side, you can activate another one of your droids. Desmond ramped pretty well. He's got 2 big lightsaber upgrades here. Luke's lightsaber, one you don't see very much.
Man, our camera is moving a lot. I'm gonna have to check on that between rounds.
Well, I mean, part of it is just because Eric's adding characters to his team, so his board's going pretty wide.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think our physical, I think the camera's actually shaking a little bit, though, but...
So, how much damage did you just deal there?
I think it was 4. Or is that... It's a +2 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just did 4.
So, nothing good on Yoda or Luke Saber. Eric's thinking of where to send this one. He's going for Obi-Wan. I don't know.
Obi-Wan hits hard. Obi-Wan can one-shot battle droids.
That's true.
I mean...
Oh my gosh.
That is why he left.
3 special. That's a god roll. Eric's got cannon fodder, or he could just guardian, which is the same thing, basically. Yep. One more damage. That's gonna start adding up pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, if you can consistently do 4 damage from your battle droids...
Is he taking shields from the Luke Saber?
He is.
Interesting. I mean... Yeah, I don't know. Would you take the shields? I mean, you can take all
there's
the...
a lot of indirect damage from Eric's side, but... I don't know, I think you have to start taking out battle droids, like, now.
Yeah. Do you even go for Phasma in
no.
this matchup?
No. Not a single die Phasma with that many battle droids. I think you just let him guardian away and then start pinging his battle droids off when they get low.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, that's usually my strategy with Phasma decks anyways, is to just kill the guardian characters first.
See the first one they guardian and then just start pumping more damage into it. Especially a single die Phasma and no other upgrades, which I imagine Eric's deck is more based around pumping out battle droids, and as opposed, spending his resources to do that, as opposed to pumping out a lot of upgrades.
Right. So, I mean, he's held on to that. He's still got another Separatist landing craft.
Does he drop?
Yeah, he's gonna play that now. Over the E11 blaster. Man, and Desmond got out 2 with binds all things last turn. That's pretty good.
He's ramping pretty well. It's kind of fun to see Eric's deck, though. I mean,
it
looks
definitely.
Super annoying. I mean, I don't think it's gonna get there, but it's super annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I've only pulled 1 battle droid so far, so.
I've pulled 4, which I owe 1 to Ryan Grant. Mm-hmm. So I have 3 taken, essentially I have 3 battle droids, but concentrating more on trying to concentrate more on seeker droids as opposed to battle droids right now.
Right.
So. Which, guys, if you've thought about running the OTK with Sister in it, like, the faster you find your seeker droids, the better, because already starting to see the price creep up on. Oh man, 3 for none.
What?
3 for none. Not even having to pay for those 3 sides.
And Obi Saber's gonna do 3, so he can just like murder 2 battle droids right here.
Bye-bye, battle droids.
Oh, that's awesome. So he hit the indirect and lets him activate another battle droid, which he can guardian.
Yeah, and that's something else
that's cool.
That works well. But those specials, can't guardian specials, Justin.
That's true.
Now let me ask you this: the battle droid Eric brought in.
So he probably flips the special and then he kills this battle droid that's still ready. That's probably the play here. The one who hasn't rolled in.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: the battle droid Eric added to his army, does that stay on the board, and could that be a target for endless ranks? I would say yes.
Which one?
The battle droid that Eric added to his army from Separatist Landing Craft, he added it to his army, so I assume that stays. That could be a target for endless ranks, right?
Right. So, still no aftermath or attrition yet, which Eric probably wants to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's running attrition, but I would.
I think in that deck I'm hard mulling for landing craft and aftermath.
Yep. Pretty much any deck aftermath is in, you want it like.
Yeah. If you see fit to add it to your deck, it's because you want those resources bad enough. So, definitely want to see aftermath. And here's the point where it's not looking good for Eric. You know, if Desmond keeps rolling well, he's one shot in droids. 3, possibly 4 a turn.
Yeah, and he chose to send all that damage into Phasma still.
Well, as many shields as he has, that could be a good thing also. That indirect damage isn't going to worry him too much.
That's true. I mean, they do have a much weaker die.
Yeah. And at least that way he's going to have Phasma down at
I mean, all of Eric's battle droids are already half dead, so...
Yeah, if he starts guarding Obi-Wan die, he's killing battle droids.
I think with the amount of ramp Desmond was able to do in those first 2 turns, getting out... How many resources? He's got 10 resources... 12 resources worth of upgrades and supports, and it's like turn 3. It really does help that he keeps rolling 3 for free on Obi-Wan. He hasn't hit that pay side a single time.
So Eric pitching the E11.
He's not happy with the shield on that landing craft. What does it have? It has a shield, 2 shield, a resource,
and then
the
special for 1. Or it has 2 specials. Special and special for 1, I think.
I think it only has 1 special.
No, I'm thinking of Force Wave.
Oh, it's got 2 resource sides.
2 resources. Okay.
And he hit the 2 shield side. It's probably the best side on there besides the special.
Yeah.
Unless you really need money for something. It's really not looking good for Eric.
No, and the sad part is with a Shoto on Obi-Wan and his rest of his die.
And a Shoto on Yoda.
Yeah, Desmond can almost produce enough shields to cover all the indirect damage from Eric's side of the board every turn.
Right.
So, that... Still like to see Eric play the deck, though. This is a pretty cool little deck.
Yeah, I do want to try like a landing craft deck. I think I would want 2 big, unique red characters so I could throw Grand Moff on them for the landing craft recursion. I don't know who that would be though. Probably Thrawn, and do like an E Thrawn E Newt, or E Thrawn E Sienna.
So not concentrating on damage.
Well, concentrating on getting like a bunch of resources and
yeah.
I mean, you could play big upgrades in there too.
Because I was gonna say Callus.
Or you could do Tarkin.
I'm still learning a lot of the point values on a lot of the new Legacies cards. So
you could even do Elite Thrawn single Tarkin.
Yeah.
And you could Tarkin ability on the indirect sides from the droids, or their blanks because they have 2 blanks.
You just want to play Grand Moff.
I do want to play Grand Moff.
Everyone, the legendary that everyone groans when they see that that's a legendary.
I mean, it's better than Rebellion Leader.
Yeah, Rebellion Leader's pretty bad. Why do they feel the need to do that? I mean,
9 damage incoming.
Your legendaries in the box should be the one cards like you're gonna be happy to get no matter what. So why do they make bad legendaries?
I don't know. Here comes the Guardian train again.
Oh, he blanked.
Well, he killed that one anyways.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. So many battle droids. Runaway Boomas.
Oh, and Desmond has My Allies Force. You reroll that Obi-Wan die here, or the Obi-Saber die here. Because you only have a single base melee damage side on your Shoto's and your Luke's lightsaber.
Which he got it on Luke's saber.
Yeah, I mean, he got it, but not the best odds.
No. So, I mean, he can take Phasma here. Oh, never mind. No, he can't. Why would...
He's going to best defense and kill another droid. Oh, man. Eric's doing all Desmond's work for him at this point.
Yeah.
He's still got like cannon fodder and 2 cannon fodders. Now he rerolls the Obi-Saber. Oh, no, that one got best defense.
Yeah.
Just the Shotos.
So, now Eric's deck is stalling enough with adding battle droids and the Guardian ability. It's stalling, but it seems like it's just lacking that one.
Well, the shields are a big problem, too.
Yeah, it's lacking that drop that goes, I've stalled long enough, here's my game winning, that you have to deal with now.
Right. Well, and it's like I said, he's using his money for getting bad dice.
Yeah.
When he could be using that to play good upgrades.
Right.
You know? He's getting 6 health, but he's getting a bad die. That was really good reroll. And he played a new card. I think it's like roll on, but you can reroll multiple red dice.
Yes, I think so.
Target practice. Reroll any number of your red dice, then reroll any number of your red dice. So much better than roll on.
Yeah. Although I still want to see an interaction with roll on and like salvage stand and Imperial inspection. Just re-roll a dice 3 times, take a resource from, bounce an upgrade back to their hand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the hope is that you have all those sides on the dice you're rolling in, so you proc all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, already. Like if you're rolling in Chance Cube with Jabba, and you got Salvage Stand, Imperial Inspection, and Dark Presence out there, you know, hopefully you'll hit all 3 of those at the same. Eric's still trying.
He's grinding.
I mean, he's at endless ranks. He's got 5 resources.
Which I think is kind of cool that it kind of works out thematically.
I think he forgot to ready his remote stockpile up here.
It's kind of cool that it works out thematically. Like, you're facing a bunch of battle droids. Yeah, they're not hard to take out. There's just so many of them that, you know, you just have to grind through them.
So he's going to flank. Oh, so now we can't endless ranks. So Desmond could kill. Could he kill all of his characters right here? I think so.
Let's see, that'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Yeah, it could happen easily.
He can easily do. He can use the Obi-Saber. Oh, I got removed already, so he can't use that to kill that top battle droid. But he can Synchronicity. Still going for Phasma. Does he have another Synchronicity?
No. Well, I didn't see. Now, Air Guardian away the modified damage. Do you think that's... I think I activate Phasma there to see if Desmond re-rolls in the base.
Yeah. I think you gotta roll Phasma and try to resolve her die before she dies. I mean, the game was over.
when they started? The minute Desmond rolled 2 double 3s for free, I think that was game over.
And Phasma's dead here.
Yep. So no more Guardian.
And he
make a difference
can't endless ranks anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he can get the resource from
the battle droid.
The stockpile.
Stockpile, yeah.
Sorry, that's off your screen up there, guys. And
there's stockpile. Yep.
And how good does Eric's playmat look?
It's pretty nice, man.
You know where people can get one of those?
I want to say a Galactic Qualifier.
Did you get one?
No, I didn't get any of the mats.
Yeah, me neither.
I have the mats I use. I didn't.
I'm happy with my Rey Kylo mat.
The Rey Kylo's Heads of Planet mat.
Yep. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people hate it, but
there's endless ranks. He's just annoying the crap out of Desmond. I'm sure by now.
Desmond should just kill that when he just resurrected.
Yeah, just one shot it. Do it, Desmond.
He's got a Taru strike. Oh my gosh, so he can do.
So he's got seven showing. A Taru strike.
He's gonna myalize the Force into a Taru strike. So he's gonna myalize the Force. And then he's gonna Ataru strike. Wow. And he's still got plenty of money left.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 5. 5 damage there. He was just one shield off of being able to
take them all out in that action. You don't have Guardian anymore, Eric. What are you doing?
Yeah, no Guardian.
Eric, you don't have Guardian anymore, bro. Nice try, though, Eric.
So he's gonna cannon fodder it. Take that, battle droid. Sorry guys, I know y'all didn't tune in just to hear us laugh for 10 minutes.
You gotta know Eric though, guys. You gotta know his personality. He's a super awesome guy.
You know what? He could New Orders here and pull that landing craft back.
Yeah.
Oh, he got discarded. Nope, not anymore.
Oh,
So I think you reroll here looking for the special on the landing craft.
Yep.
Oh, he's just gonna claim. Is he gonna pay for the shield? No. He's just gonna die.
So he rolls Separatist Craft. If you don't draw, if he's running a second copy of New Orders,
Well, he's got
no.
he's got enough resources for another endless.
So
ranks.
you endless ranks. You roll Separatist
Did he
Craft,
pull it?
hoping to hit the special.
He's got attrition, drudge work.
That was it. Yep.
I think it was strength in numbers.
Oh.
Here comes the E11 or the F11 blaster.
I think you just activate the Separatist right there, hoping to hit the special, and then hope Desmond doesn't mitigate it, and then bring back a battle droid. Oh, Desmond didn't roll the damage though. and a blank ulti F11.
Well, he's not dead yet. Oh, now he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Is he gonna cannon fodder himself to death? Yep.
Yeah, yo.
I did that the other night. I was playing in that Trilogies event, the 5-die vehicle deck, and I was playing against R2-P2.
You're not gonna kill
in
me,
a Trilogies
bro.
event.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not giving you satisfaction.
Yeah, he was beating me pretty well. I did my only vehicles that I drew in my first 2 turns were Republic cruisers. And Isla didn't want to roll damage, so it came down to Jar Jar. Both of his characters were half dead, but Jar Jar was gonna die on a Rey activation. So I played the modified HWK 290 and activated it to kill my Jar Jar. I was so defeated in that game, but that was round 1. Pretty exciting.
Gonna have 4 rounds today, guys.
Got to see 5 Guardian characters hit the board.
Yep.
Was it 5?
4.
No,
well,
4.
No,
yeah,
endless ranks. So yeah, it was 5, just not at the same time.
Right.
But 4 at the same time with Phasma, and then he tried to sneak one in there after Phasma was dead. But
yeah, new cards are always fun. We'll be back for round 2 in about
see you in a bit, guys.
5 to 10 minutes. Well, actually, no. There's still like 10 minutes left in the round, so it'll be like probably 15 minutes.
15 or so. Yeah.
So stick with us, and we'll see you in a bit.